Hello and welcome to another episode of Grab a Beer with GraySquare. We haven't done one of these in a minute. It has been. We haven't done one since I can't even remember the last person we interviewed, so that's our bad. Today we're hanging out with Mr. Carlo DeLuca. Carlo is one of the newest members of our company's management team out of Boston, Massachusetts. Just recently got promoted, so we're gonna hang out with him, see what's good with this guy.
What's up? How we doing?
Chilling. Good.
Cool, man.
Hanging out, man. So we haven't actually recorded any of this stuff with you at all. We haven't gotten
first time.
Social media. So for the adoring fans out there, you know, the masses, so to say, the millions of people who check us out every week. Tell us what you say, man. What's up? What are you up to these days?
Yeah, man. Well, obviously I just got promoted to sales manager, so we'll pat on the back.
Yeah.
I think just running the office, man. You know, trying to figure out how to run successful campaigns, drive revenue, everything like that.
So give us like a little background on yourself, like where you're from, how you got here.
Me? Yeah, a little me. Oh, okay.
Little me.
So originally from Philadelphia, was born in Sarasota, Florida, Gainesville, Florida.
Yeah.
Came up through military background. So we're out of high school, went right into the military. Normal enlistment, everything like that. Got out and was working with my family's restaurant in Philadelphia.
You're doing sales for them.
I was.
Yep.
I was selling the jars of sauce. Villaroma, check it out.
I still haven't had any sauce, by the way.
Such a shame.
What a bad sales.
Such a shame.
You didn't even sell me as a customer.
I should have done it, honestly. Next time I'm down in the Philadelphia, I'll bring it up. So I was doing a little bit of sales for them. Got interested in the sales job. Was recruited by one of my buddies. Came up here, checked it out, liked it, and now I'm here.
A year-ish later.
Year and a half later.
So it's definitely an accomplishment to get into a leadership role in any company, especially at a young age in your career.
Yeah.
Within 2 years of being in any company, to get to a manager role is impressive for any business. What are some things you think helped you pull that off? What are the Carlo DeLuca
Key Success?
Yeah, right. That's where I was going with that.
I would say initially keeping a positive attitude. Now I know I'm saying that because I'm naturally, I would say, a happy guy, but I would think, and this is just for any business or person, I would say, is keeping positive. You know, keeping it going and everything like that was one of my keys. The good attitude. Also, I would say adapting. Moved from a different city.
Yeah.
Never did this type of sales.
Yeah.
So I think adapting to my new environment was huge. And overcome those obstacles and everything like that. So if I'd attribute, my success, we'll say, to anything was keeping your attitude. You're gonna have those dips and everything like that, but picking it back up after, stay positive, and then definitely adapting and overcoming those type of obstacles you're gonna encounter no matter what.
So I want to go a little bit into that. Over the past year and a half, like our company's only 2.5 years old, right? Yeah. It looks very different today,
100%,
than it did a year and a half ago.
100%.
And I think you could say the same for like any startup. I don't think we're special in that capacity, but so in growing in a very rapidly changing environment, how do you think you dealt with that better than some of your peers? Because not everybody goes through the rough changes and the startup and makes it to a leadership role. What do you think helped you deal with just constantly just throwing?
For sure. I think initially, I was up here on a different campaign. Yeah. Initially, completely different process and everything like that as well. I think going back to the attitude thing, but I think it's also just. I think I called you one day, right? Yeah. And Tim one day and said, I didn't move up here to fail. Yeah. That was my attitude, right? So I would say just adapting to the obstacles, like I said. However, just understanding that this is all part of the process. If things are going to happen, you have to keep pushing forward. Learning as well was one of the key things. Learning from managers and everything like that that been through not even what I've been, but their own stories, obviously. So I think having that student mentality, again, definitely helped me with everything like that. Because, different campaigns, they switch and vary. You got to do different techniques and obstacles along with them. So learning was huge. definitely having a student mentality was huge. I'm naturally confident, as we all know.
Sure.
So I think, I think not me. So I think just having a student,
we all know,
having a student mentality. That was it, man. Definitely just learning from the people who have been successful in the industry. Learning what obstacles they had to go over. Objections they've had. Definitely pushed me and made me overcome those. We'll say.
I think you definitely have a good vision too.
Oh,
I think that's something that you can attribute your rise to. It's like, despite the constant changes in the market here in Boston, the different programs that we worked on, different clients that we worked with, the challenges, I think it has to have it goes back to your quote of "I didn't come up here to fail." You have to have
that was it, man.
Wherever the end is, it's close the back door. This is the only path. We're doing this on. So props for that. That's a good explanation.
I think that kind of takes me back to the military as well. They teach you not to fail. Even if you're gonna fail, get back up and keep going.
Sure.
So that was kind of my mindset. It's still my mindset.
Nice. Good stuff. So the next thing I wanted to go through is, I think this is good for people that are just getting into their careers. Like you're 2 years into your quote unquote career in this industry, right? So a lot of people can relate to this. You are going from working with your peers in terms of title, position, age range, personality type, to now being quote unquote the boss of your peer. Like the transition from one of the guys, so to say, to you're running everything more or less. Has there been? I know it's kind of new, but has there been challenges that you faced in that transition, or recommendations for people that are making that first step in their career from I'm one of you guys now, I got to be in charge?
I would say, I think one of the biggest obstacles, I know after talking to a couple other people in a management role, they kind of agreed on this aspect, was listening to your peers. So never thinking, you are the man or the woman, you know, or that person. You have to listen to people, be receptive to the counsel that you get, we'll say.
Sure.
So understanding that you don't necessarily always have the right answer, You're not always right. Listen to people, understanding, have that adaptability to everyone. Was definitely something I worked on as well, because I know I'm not perfect, obviously. No one is. So I would say just listening to everyone, whether it be the trainee or the account executive team leaders, understanding that they're the ones that are in that process that I was a year ago or whatever. So listening to them is definitely something I learned from even just moving up here. Initially, it's one of the things that definitely I would say made me get to the managerial role. Right? Was that definitely listening to my peers.
I think what's been helpful in the transition is I think you do well with not taking yourself too seriously.
100%.
And I don't mean that in a negative way,
no.
or you don't take things seriously, but I think people are receptive to a manager that is a real person. And you're not coming in with an iron fist, so to say.
That's not how I operate.
Sure. Good stuff. So this is sort of the last thing that I wanted to ask. Getting into a new role, getting prepared to run a new program, potentially a new market. What would you say your goals for the first year in management, right? Rookie manager, got a lot to learn, to overcome. What do you want to pull off throughout the course of the year? What do you hope for?
My initial goal, I kind of sat down after, I got promoted and everything. I think my initial goal is, correct me if I'm wrong, one of the first, growing promotions from GraySquare, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so my first initial goal is to kind of set the pace.
I
want to set the pace for all the sales managers that come forward and everything like that we're promoting.
Establish
the bar, we'll say. I want to set the bar high. Because if you're not going to do it, who else is? You got to be the first person. So,
Sure.
My initial goal is to run a successful campaign. For me, a successful campaign is have an established market, we'll say.
Right.
A lot of revenue generated for the company and our clients as well. And then promote actually another sales manager out of that in a year. That's essentially what I want to do.
If you pull that off, that's a strong bar. That's a strong first year.
Well, as I said, I didn't move up to fail. I didn't start GraySquare to fail. I didn't do that.
No, you're right.
That's just my attitude. So my goal, I would say, is to run a successful campaign, using the guidance of my peers, and promote another sales manager out of that campaign.
Yeah.
That is my initial goal.
Nice. Good
That's
stuff,
the bar, man, or else why are you working?
There you go. Good stuff. Well, that's all I had, man. This is good stuff. I'm glad we had to finally, knock this out.
I'm happy I can be part.
I know you're a busy guy. I appreciate a few minutes of your time.
There's six days a week, get to you, but I'm happy I can be a part of this.
Yeah, good stuff, man. We'll do it again sometime.
For sure.
Well, cool. Thanks for hanging out. Cheers. Another grab of beer with GraySquare.
Salute.
Yeah.
Salute. True to my Italian heritage.
Salute. Thanks for hanging out, guys.